welcome back to my channel. It is week 45. I actually can't believe I'm saying that. Week 45. Even if I've not lost any weight, like take all that aside, the fact I have survived to week 45 is completely beyond me. If you follow me along, you'll know I was quite skeptic at the start of this journey. And after 45 weeks, I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit positive. Now, I'm not saying I don't have my ups and downs, and I'm sure there will be plenty more. However, to survive 45 weeks of like ploughing away at this, not always successfully, I am not going to lie. But this weight loss journey has had its ups and downs, but to have pushed through and to still be working on it 45 weeks later, like I'm heading towards my first year of doing this, and I know it's going to take me a long time, and I know I'm not even close yet, but I don't know, thinking about it, like that isn't an achievement all in itself. So if you all follow me along, I'm Leanne. Well, if you're not, you'll need to know that I'm Leanne. This is my weight loss journey. This isn't like a diet specific one. It is just me talking and reflecting and pushing along on this little journey that I'm trying to endure and go through for my own reflection. And maybe if it'll just help somebody, you know, like if somebody sees this and thinks, bloody hell, if she can do it, then I've got a chance, then that's all brilliant. So last week on reflection has been a little bit of a challenging week. I've had a wobble over the last few weeks, like with myself and with other people around me and stuff. The last few days have been particularly hard. I've booked to go on a hen do to Benidorm, and it's somebody that I really wanted to be there for. The lady that's like, well, I was asked to organise it with another person. We don't particularly see eye to eye. Any suggestions that I've made, she's kind of gone no and ignored. And I've kind of ran with that up to now. Over the last 2 days, the fancy dress idea that she's come up with has been like shorts on day 1 and shorts on day 2, and then going to an aqua park. So I'd be in a swim costume all day on day 3. That, I am not going to lie, has filled me with utter anxiety, completely my own issues. I private messaged her. Well, my own issues are I've got the most disgusting legs. They are filled with cellulite and veins, and they are just vile. They are probably one of the, I mean, obviously my stomach's disgusting, and there's plenty of other parts of my body that I don't like, but particularly I never have my legs out on purpose because, and that's, it can be roasting hot outside and I will always wear something that covers my legs. So the suggestions came forward, and I private messaged her and said, I don't really want to dress as a boy all weekend. That makes me feel really ugly. And when I already feel self-conscious, it's not great. I'm quite body conscious. It's just not really where I am. Why don't you let me suck it up for 1 day and I'll just do it just to go along with it, but please don't make me do like the 3 days. Can we come up with another plan? Obviously other people's opinions and viewpoint on this would be different, but from mine, I suggested about 20 other things. She just ignored me. And then in the main group with everybody in, just ran forward with this plan. It weren't agreed, it weren't discussed, and it's like, yeah, we're wearing these shorts. So then in the main group, I then felt I had to put myself out there, which I found actually quite mortifying because I don't really talk about this stuff generally. I kind of suck it up and don't really tell people how I feel because they don't want it. And also I'm embarrassed to have to say that to people. Anyway, in this group, I was like, right, I'll do it as a group. I don't feel comfortable. It'll make me feel miserable all weekend. I'll withdraw because I won't feel very confident. I've got issues with that. I won't feel relaxed. Can we come up with like a different idea? I don't think I can do 3 days at that. I'm not going to lie. A couple of ladies piped up and said, why don't we do this? And it were a nice compromise. They were understanding. One of them actually said, look, if you need me, I know we don't know each other, but I'm here for you. Which I actually really appreciated from a total stranger, and it was nice that somebody had a bit of understanding. But this girl was just like, no, suck it up, it's Hannah's hen do, you'll do as you're told, and basically fuck you. That's my perspective. That sent me into an absolute spiral of breakdown, anxiety. Like, I've approached this subject 3 times, and each time being told, you're just going to get on with it, it's Hannah's hen do, it's not about you, she'll enjoy these outfits. Personally, I think the outfits that have been chosen, like, I can even say it on here, to dress up as her partner with face masks, with shorts and a polo shirt on, with my legs out, because that's all he wears. And then she wants us to order this football kit that's like skin tight nylon, cheap, that'll show every lump and bump like all over my body, but the shorts are really tight as well, and they're not forgiving nor long. And she was just like, tough, you're doing it. And then obviously like the water park situation, I just can't do 3 days doing that. So I have decided I'm not going to go on the hen do for the reasons. It's obviously started with the outfit. There's no compromise. Like, one of the ladies said, let's wear jeans and a top, and she just didn't give a shit. She said, just drink alcohol, you'll not be cold, and suck it up. I don't like fancy dress, and I'm sucking it up, so you've got to. Evidently, you haven't got them bloody body issues, because you would have never chose those like outfits if you had. I find it crazy that somebody would be told, I've got issues with this, I don't think I can do it, and still just say fuck you. Like, I'd never do that. And part of me's made me feel like, God, am I being a bitch? Am I being unrealistic? Should I just suck it up and get on with it and be miserable and just try and hide it? Then I just think, I'm paying for this. I'm nearly 40. Do I really, like, if I've said I'll do one night of it, why be such a cow and just say carry on and just fuck off? I didn't really get that. And then after, when I've said, look, I just don't want to come, like, part of the reason is the outfit, but actually the main reason is you can't put me in it. I can't spend a weekend with somebody like that. Do you know when they've made me feel like shit? I don't want to. And if I'm in all honesty, I'm not like a shrinking violet. If she passes any comments to me and I'll hate her and begrudge her for what she's made me do, I don't want to spend my time with somebody like that. And I don't want to. I just don't want to, and I don't have to. I'm 40. So anyway, I broke it to the hen. My friend, who I do actually really love, it was almost like, well, it was all like she hates on me, if I'm going to be quite honest. I feel like she's offered other suggestions, but then said like, oh, you're causing stress, you're causing upset, you're doing A, B, and C. Now it's going to have financial implications to everybody. Can't you just do this? Can't you just do that? And like, I felt quite attacked. And then I felt even more guilty, because I was like, should I just have done it? But I'm sick of being a people pleaser, and I'm paying money, I'm losing money because I have to have time off work to go on this trip. And I just don't know, like, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to feel like shit about myself. I don't. And I don't. Anyway, I've spoken to a few people about it, and obviously they're biased to me because they know me, and I've expressed how conscious I feel, and they've said, no, you shouldn't have to do that. It's disrespectful that she's expecting you to, and have kind of reassured me that that's okay. But I'm not going to lie, I am really sad about missing out on my friend's hen do and not being able to participate. Even down, like, one of the things that I've like let slide that I've not even mentioned is I've come up with like some activities, some things to do. This other woman in the group has, and the girl that's like this maid of honor has just completely ignored everybody. And it's basically like, we'll go, we'll sit round pool, we'll get smashed. And she's come up with a water park out of 3 nights on getting a tattoo, and I don't even think she's come up with that idea, because I think Hannah has. I'm just not feeling it. And I let that go, the activity wise. But then when she's pushing forward and not even listening about the fact about outfit, I just don't want that kind of person around me. And it makes me feel shit. And I'm trying to work on my self-esteem and not having these issues. So today I've had a barrage of abuse off her. Well, not abuse, but like you're a brat. You're basically spitting dummy out. You're just throwing a paddy to get your own way. Is it? Because not all that crap were my own way. I promise you. This shit, my ideas that I came up with were stereotypical and basic and crap. I ain't said this to her, but so are you. Like, the ideas you've come up with are basic and crap and boring. But I've not even argued that out. So I've chosen not to really discuss it with her. I think I'm not going to be able to get a refund on the aeroplane, and I think I'm going to have to go, but I think I'm going to go separate and book my own accommodation. And I'm not going on that hen do. That, in turn, in terms of weight loss, has sent me on a proper downward spiral, feeling really anxious, really upset. Usually I would now probably cave in on my diet and probably eat loads of crap, and I haven't. And I'm really glad that I'm doing this new U plan, because I've got this structure in place that doesn't allow me to do that, if that makes sense. So week 45, I've found massively challenging. It made me feel a bit like, even though I've lost 8 stone already, that obviously them issues with my body and things like that, it's like highlighted them and made it in my face, which has caused me upset. And then I don't like upsetting my friends, so that in its turn has caused me like massive anxiety and upset, because I do value my friends massively. I don't really know what's happening with that. It's been put to me that if I don't want to be married, then the wedding is abroad as well in Turkey. It's been put to me that if I don't want to be around at the, oh my god, I just said a name. Anyway, if I don't really want to be at this hen do, then I'm not going to be able to be around her at the wedding. Now I'm supposed to be doing hair and makeup. I'm also supposed to be there at the wedding. I don't really know where that's going to go. I'm going to like let a bit of time pass and see. But again, I'm not really, I'm still feeling that anxiety, but week 45 is definitely like killing me. So that's like where I am on that. I'm a little bit sad that even though I've lost 8 stone, I've still got them body issues. In fact, they're probably worse. So because I have been concentrating so much on changing my body and being more confident and things like that, I think after this long of concentrating on it, and obviously I'm still fat, I don't know, it's highlighted just how hard it is, and like I don't feel like I've got anywhere a bit, and oh god, I don't know, there's just so much going on. There's parts of my body that I actually hate, and it's a bit like annoying, and I feel a bit defeated that that's not getting any better. But I've got to allow myself time, and I've got to allow my time and body and things for things to change, and that were never going to happen overnight, and it's a work in progress. So I'm trying to get my head into that kind of spiel, and I'm trying not to engage in the arguments with like about this hen party, because I just think it's just not worth it. It really isn't. So back to week 45. So off I toddled to Slimming World on Thursday morning with my mum. I've stripped off. I get weighed in my leggings and a vest top. I've always done that. It's a bit ridiculous, I know, but that's what I do. I've stood on the scales, and I've had no blips this week. I have stuck to it. I've been walking. I went for 2 walks in the Peak District. I've also walked like locally. Maybe could do more, but it's more than what I was doing. That's the positives. Oh my god, I tried to run and do like a short jog while I was walking briskly. That nearly killed me. That's something I've got to work on. I can't do that, and it annoys me that I can't. That's really hard, but never mind. Where we're at? Oh, so I went in and I've got weighed, and even though I've done a low calorie deficit meal thing like the new U plan this week, I've only lost 2.5 pounds. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a small loss, but I have lost a 6 and a 6.5 before, so maybe I'm trying to say it doesn't really matter, it's fine. However, with a 2.5 pound loss, I have been, oh god, there's like a trafficy jammy kind of thing going off. So with £2.5 loss, let me get back. I have now, they're having an argument, look. Eek! That's quite funny. But anyway, she has parked in a really stupid place. So with a £2.5 loss, that has got me into a lower stern bracket, which was my aim of this week. I just needed £2 to get into there. So that takes me into the 16s. Woohoo! I am over the moon with that. That feels like a long time coming, you know, because I have like gone up and down and messed around over Christmas and New Year. It's just felt really hard to get into the 16s, but I am glad that I'm there. I am fingers crossed now that the 16s disappear like fast, because to be in the 15s takes me like closer to going to that 10 stern target, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really looking forward to that. In terms of targets, I don't know where I am. So what I am doing is doing smaller targets and working on them. Hard, I know, but it's just how it is because I don't know where my end goal is. So 16-13 is what I've come in at this week, which is, don't get me wrong, it's not brilliant. It's still overweight. Well, it's massively overweight and it's not where I want to be, but it's slowly chipping away at it, and that's how I'm looking at it. And now I've got 13 pounds of this 16 stone bracket to chip away at, and that is what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to focus on. I have got one more weigh-in to go before I go away to Prague. I'm hoping for, I've got 4.5 to lose to get my 8.5 stone award. I don't think I'm going to be able to achieve that before I go to Prague. However, again, it'd be nice, but it's not the end of the world. My plan for Prague is to have no plan. I want to go, I want to experience it, I want to do what I want. I'm coming out of ketosis so I can have a drink, because I don't actually drink that much, and beer is like something that you're supposed to drink in Prague, and I do want to drink a bit of alcohol. So I'm coming out of ketosis like probably the weekend before we set off on the Monday, just so I know it's safe and that it's okay to do that. I'm not going to be drinking loads, but I do want to be safe. There's some delicacies there that I am going to try, and I just think with their bed and breakfast as well, I think life's too short for me not to just go and enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be aiming to eat in 15,000 calories a day. I'm going to be walking, but I have got my head around the fact that this is a way of life, and I'm going to go on holiday, I'm going to have events, I'm going to put weight on because this is going to be a long life battle, but I need to be able to pull it back then when I get back, and that is what I plan to do from now on. I'm not going to restrict myself when I'm away on holiday. I've got quite a few events this year coming up, so this is going to be something, it's like a bit of a challenge for for this year. But I'm feeling quite confident about that I can go away, come off plan, and then jump back on. And I have got the safety net also, I will go back to Slimming World plan when I've had enough of the New You plan. So that's all good, really. I'm not really nervous about that, which I'm quite surprised at, and I kind of, in my head, I know that I should be, but actually to have already thought about this and that being my plan puts a bit of control into it and makes me feel a bit better. So week 45, and I have lost 2.5 pounds, and I am 16-13. I've actually started being a bit freer about telling people how much I weigh, trying to. That is a big issue for me. So saying it live on these videos, the thought of my videos going live and people watching them and knowing how much I weigh actually kills me. Like, I don't tell anybody other than my kids how much I weigh, and I only do that because I don't want them to have issues with it. I'm a bit nervous that this is going to be a thing, and I have tried to tell people how much I weigh and be a bit more open about it. So that's the thing that I'm trying to grow and develop on, because I think more it's a taboo, and the more that I don't talk about it, the more it's like hidden, and the harder it is to continue to diet and to face it, because it becomes almost like it doesn't exist. So that is actually a bit of a thing for me. So wish me luck for the week ahead. I'm hoping that it goes well and that I have a good loss, but who knows? Anything could happen with my body because it seems to never want to do as it's told. Like, who's on a low-calorie diet and still and loses 2.5 pounds a week? That'd be me. So week 46, I'm coming to get you. Wish me luck, and of course I will be updating next week. Thanks then.